Today on Made in the Moment, we're chilling with Chef Tsulu. She is a pastry chef. She's going to tell us more about what she does in her business, what her experience has been, and how she's managing to work around COVID-19. Chef Tsulu, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time.
Wow, thank you for having me.
It's such an honor. Let's speak about what you do at Awesome Lilies.
Okay, firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Tsholofelo Moshwete. I'm a chef by profession, doing both private and general events. We specialize in food preparation and catering. We also do cakes and pastry, as well as flower arrangement and deco.
Let's speak about what inspired you to decide that you are going to go into the business of catering and food preparation.
I actually come from a background of business. At home, we have businesses. So getting into business was natural for me because I've been exposed to it. But then my parents were into the liquor part of business, so I wanted to do something different. Mm-hmm. And I've always loved cooking. And that's when I thought, let me just do it as a career for me and as a business as well.
A lot of people, particularly in the hospitality industry, have had suffered a hard knock due to COVID-19, and particularly because of the lockdown, because that sector had to close down. How were you able to navigate around that with your business?
Oh wow, what an interesting question. It was a very difficult time. It was challenging for us, but it also gave one time to go back to the drawing book, to introspect and to try to come up with new ideas and new strategies on how to go forward. Because on level 5, we had to pause. Everything was on standstill. Yeah. So we had to make plans and come up with strategies on how we're going to tackle our things going forward, going to level 4.
I want to hear more about those strategies. What exactly did you have to do in order for you to say, you know what, I think I can be able to survive this period?
On level 5, a lot of people started developing interest on how to cook. So a lot of people wanted recipes and lessons on how to cook. So for us, it was a bit of an opportunity because out of it, we were able to offer lessons both online and personal. Obviously, exercising the social distancing, and lucky enough, we were able to generate money from that new idea of starting to do lessons for people.
Yeah, and I mean, now we're talking about a new normal. The president keeps talking about the new economy. When you're looking at your business now and how you've had to adjust your business model, how do you think you're going to be able to come out of the lockdown and be able to thrive in this so-called new economy?
I think for our business, it's important to take advantage of the social media to let people know that we are still in business, we're still operating, and also to go back to the drawing book to come up with new strategies on how we can best work with during the lockdown. Lockdown has made people realize that people need to start living healthy, to start eating healthy, and also parties and events. It's people are no longer doing that. So we also came up with a strategy of doing packages for people who want to do something for their loved ones. So we came up with gift baskets, yes, where they can just send it to their loved ones and at least they can have a special moment.
Just outside of COVID-19 and outside of the lockdown, what are some of those challenges that you've come across? We know a lot of businesses come across, a lot of challenges. What are those challenges for you?
Loss of income. It's one of those challenges because before. So we had to re-strategize and come up with ways on how to generate income as well, because for example, with cakes, people are no longer ordering big cakes that will serve people. It's 50. They're not
100 people anymore, chef.
Yes,
we're 50 now.
Yeah, you know. So the quantity has also reduced as well. So we had to come up with different ideas on how to navigate around it and how to make our customers comfortable. The most important thing is to be consistent, yes, and also to offer the best quality of work. Just because it's COVID, income is no longer there, you can't compromise on the quality as well.
What would you say are some of the highlights? Because now we're talking about the challenges, but what would you say are some of the highlights that you've experienced in your business since you've started?
The highlights is because I was a full-time worker, and then I quit my job to do this full-time. So I also got to enroll in culinary studies. And then one of the highlights was when I finished it, because it was very tough. It was very tough. I had to run the business as well as Kamukidi studies. So it was very tough for me. So when I graduated, it was a great highlight in my career.
And you speak about the fact that you had to leave a job, probably with a stable income.
Yes.
For someone who's also thinking, I actually want to go into business, what would you say to them? What would your advice be to them?
I would advise them to believe in their dreams. If you believe in their dreams, just go for it. But that they are afraid to start. So my advice is just start. It doesn't matter how small it is. You start small. For example, F&B was not built in one day.
Yes.
So just start. Stop stressing about, I don't have capital, I don't have resources to start. You just have to start. When I started, I was starting in the comfort of my own home, and I was doing everything from my home. I had little resources, but I made sure I used those resources. And as time goes on, I was able to expand.
Chef, some of the challenges that business owners come across are, in particular, when it comes to funding. To get that startup capital becomes a big problem. What was your experience with that?
For now, funding for my business, I funded the business from my savings.
Yeah.
So I tlogela mereko and got into my business full time. I used my savings. I would be lying to say I went to the banks because of a lot of paperwork that you have to do. And remember also, the banks want you to have sufficient information on why they have to fund you. So it was a bit difficult also to approach the banks. I'm yet to take advantage of government funding. I haven't done it yet, but I'm in a process of doing it.
And you've just been sustaining yourself just from the money that you've been able to save yourself?
Yes.
But when you interact with other business people, what are some of those channels that they've had to go through to make sure that they at least have money for their businesses?
A lot of people will go to the bank. Some of them, they get it as long as you've got a business plan, you've got a business that is structured, you've got your financials in place, they're able to get that funding. But with me, I still need to get those in order so that I can be able to apply for funding.
Chef, re buile ka the importance of mentorship, we re buile ka the importance of having a business background. And your business background comes from the fact that you had a business at home. Your mom was running a tavern. How did that influence you and your business?
Wow, that's an interesting question. My mom is actually my inspiration because I was there when it all started. Because before, my mom used to be a domestic worker, and my father was working in construction.
Sure.
So my mom, when my father brings money home, my mom would started by buying fruits and vegetables and selling them on the street. So that's how it all started. So I was very fortunate because when it started, I was there. I got to understand where it started until where she is right now. So from that box of apples and bananas, my mom was able to get a tavern, and my father was able to get a fleet of taxis. So it was quite inspiring, and I'm very fortunate because I was part of it all the way.
Chef, before we go, I want us to do a few questions very quickly. I want to see how quickly you can answer these questions.
Okay.
If you could buy any type of food right now, what would it be?
Pasta.
Like that. What color is your toothbrush?
White.
What is your dream job?
Chef. Being a chef.
If you were to cook for anybody in the world, who would it be and what would you cook?
Bona mateba.
What would you cook? And what is the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
Brush my teeth.
If you were to go to Mars, what would you do for fun?
Tour around.